So students, now we will discuss about the other case, which was our case number 2. So in this case, we are taking non-zero curvature and zero cosmological constant. Okay. So since we are taking non-zero curvature, the value of k can be either positive and k value can be negative. Okay. So first of all, we will write the Friedman equation. So a dot by a square is equal to omega m0. We know that we are only taking pressureless dust. Okay. So we will be having h0 square. I am directly writing in terms of density parameter. Okay, so there will be a cube term. The lambda term will be equal to 0, but k term will be there. So it is k by a square. So I can also write this k term in terms of density parameter, which I will be doing, and I will multiply it with a square on both sides. So it will be omega m0 h0 square e to the power minus 1 plus omega k0 h0 square. Okay, so this is very important equation right now. And we have to solve this Friedman equation. Okay. Okay, right now we are interested in solving this equation. So let us take the first case. Okay. That for positive curvature, that is k equal to positive. Now you know that omega k is equal to minus k by a square h square. So since k you are taking positive, so it means that omega k is negative. So omega k 0 is less than 0 here. Okay. So the equation which we will get is a dot square is equal to omega m0 h0 square plus, okay, I will write a negative sign here. Okay, minus omega k0, okay, h0 square. Okay, I am just taking the negative sign outside from this. The reason is that we have to visualize something. See now, as the value of a increases, okay, this term will decrease because there is 1 by a term here. Okay, so as the value of scale factor increases, the first term will decrease. This term will have no change, okay, since it is independent of a. Okay, and h0 square is on the both sides, so you can take it common. So you can see that you are left with omega m0 into a inverse and omega k0. So this term has no change. So what will happen, that at a certain point, suppose that initially you are taking omega, this term as higher term, but as the value of scale factor increases with time, you will see that there will be a point where this both terms will come equal, because this is not changing with time and it is negative, and this will be reducing. So you will be at a point where both of these terms become equal. Okay, so you will get a dot is equal to 0. Okay, So since a dot equal to 0, then it corresponds to a maxima. We call it local maximum. Okay, and you can also write that a max is equal to, okay, since if I take a dot equal to 0 in this equation, then I will get the value of a. Okay, I will say a max is equal to h0 square will cancel out, and you will be having omega m0 by omega k0. Okay, so a max is this value. So now to solve this equation, we will make again a substitution like we have done in the last uh, case. So here I am using change of variable. U square is equal to minus a by a max. So this will be a into k. Okay, I am substituting the value of k here. So it will be omega m0 into h0 square. Okay, so this is the thing which will be you are having, and if you substitute this value, okay, so we are writing, okay, u square in terms of a. So from, if I call this as equation number 1 and this is equation number 2, so from 2 substitute value of a in equation number 1. So you will be writing a in terms of u, and you will be getting u dot square is equal to h0 square. Okay, and we are interested in only the magnitude of this thing. So yeah, you will be having q divided by 4 into omega m0. Okay, u minus 1. Okay, so this will be the case. Okay, this will be the solution, and you can solve this equation, okay, using any software, or you can also analytically solve this. Okay, if you want to solve this analytically, okay, you have to make a substitute u is equal to sine theta. Okay, and if you do this, okay, you will get the relation between scale factor and times. Okay, so the relation you will get is time t is equal to c1, which is a constant, sine inverse of a by a max raised to 1 by 2 minus a by a max raised to 1 by 2 1 minus a by a max raised to 1 by 2. Okay, where c1 is equal to omega m0 by omega k0 raised to 3 by 2 into h0. Okay, you can take help of mathematical like softwares to solve this integration or this differential equations. Okay, so this will be the value. So you can see that this is your relation, okay, of scale factor with time. Okay, so you can plot the variation of a with respect to time, and you can see that how the scale factor is varying with respect to time. And similarly, you can do for k less than 0. Okay, when the negative curvature, at that point of time omega k0 will be greater than 0, and we obtain, again you have to do the same things. So you will get there t is equal to c1, there will be a negative of Sine hyperbolic inverse of a by a max raised to 1 by 2 plus a by a max raised to 1 by 2 1 plus a by a max raised to 1 by 2. Okay. Again, the value of C1 remains the same, okay, which was in the previous case. This is omega m0 by omega k0 raised to 3 by 2 into h0. So this is the value, okay, of the variation of scale factor with respect to time, okay. And so this is how this thing is there. See, for k less than 0, okay, you can also do the same thing, okay, when, so if a is very large, okay, so for a very much large, okay, this term will almost go to 0 for very large values, so you will be left with a dot square is equal to, okay, and since we are taking this term, so this will be something like minus k, and you will get that a will be coming proportional to t, but this is a case when omega k0 is greater than 0, okay. So let me show you how this variation is, okay. So if you plot those equations and find, okay, that what will be the variation of scale factor with respect to time, so you will find that for k equal to positive, as we have seen that there will be a local maxima, okay, this is corresponding to a max, okay. So this is your a max, okay. So you can see that for positive curvature, the value of a will increase to a certain maxima and then it will again start decreasing. It means that the universe will expand up to a certain point, then again it will start contracting if k is taken as positive. But if k is taken as negative, you can see that you are getting an ever expanding universe, okay. And in for both these cases, remember that for our case we have taken lambda, which is a cosmological constant, equal to 0, okay, and we have only considered, okay, pressureless dust. So now we have got the variation that how will the dynamics of universe change, okay. So in our earlier lecture we have seen that the first thing to be noted is that the dynamics of universe changes with change in type of matter, then the dynamics of universe changes with change in the sign of cosmological constant. The third thing, the dynamics of universe changes with change in sign of curvature, okay. So you cannot take these things arbitrary, okay. This all things are very important when you are understanding the dynamics of the universe, okay, and the values must be taken, okay. It is not necessary that that the value of k will remain fixed at all the points. It may happen that it is negative at earlier times, or it is positive at earlier times and now it has become 0. So at that point of time you have to take different cases for different types of universe. Okay. The type of matter changes, okay, with change in the time. So you have to also consider that at different points of the universe the dynamics of the universe also changes, because all these quantities are not fixed. Okay. Earlier we were living in a radiation dominated universe. Okay, then it came that we are living in a matter dominated universe. Now we are living in a dark matter dominated universe. So at all this point of times, as the matter content changes, the evolution of the universe also changes. Okay. Cosmological constant, we don't know much about cosmological constant up till now, so I cannot comment on cosmological constant. But curvature of universe can also be seen, that at earlier times what was the curvature, and at now times what is the curvature, and it is not directly observable quantity, so you have to take the help of the density parameter for determining the curvature of the universe. Today, most of the theories predict that we are living in a flat universe. Okay, today we are living in a flat universe. Okay,